Hello guys, welcome to the Marc Johnson Show. This is your host, Marc Johnson. So, today, I'm going to start things off first. I got to give a bunch of shout-outs. Our first one goes out to Bella Wilsey. Yeah, and I'll tell you a story about Bella. So, this one time when we were in middle school, we were messing around at my locker, and she put my finger in the locker. My finger was near the locker, so she slammed the door, the locker door, and my thumb was still on it. And I had to go to the hospital that same day and get a brace for it because it was broken. And then the funny thing about this story is, the same day, apparently, you know, they say karma's not real. Well, in this situation, it sure was, because karma got Bella back real well by dumping stuff all over her. So, if you're listening to this, Bella, that's for you. My next one is Kinley Collins. That's for you, girl. You're the best. Michaela Blunt. Hayden Colligan. Good guy. Jared Slavin. The couple. They're, let's see who else. Oh. Michael Condon. If you're watching this, I gave you your shout out. You asked for it earlier, but I'm sorry I didn't get to it. Yeah. Shalisha Norwood, there's a shout out for you, girl. Let's see. What else can I think of? Chris Freeze, Kyle Keel. There you guys go. My two best friends. Jody Burdick, Haley Burdick. Shout outs for you guys. Justine Hoffman. Shout out for you, girl. You rock. Who else? Man, a lot of people were telling me today I should give shout outs, and I just got all that in my mind. Oh, goodness gracious. Nisa Perez, shout out. Stevie Newton, shout out. Shout out to you. And, basically, we're going to end it there because there's so much I can say. So, actually, hang on. I got to do, for my good friend, Mr. Sean Nugent, good gym teacher, Edison, Amy Williamson, good librarian, and Pam Bemet, one of my favorite teachers. But I'll give a shout out to all of the Edison kids and all the Edison teachers. There you guys go. But yeah, But tomorrow I'll do a couple more shout outs for other people who want that I missed in this show. I just don't want to go through the list because there's like 300 kids at our school that actually asked me to give them a shout out. So, on that note, shall we talk about something different today? Like the wall, for instance. Trump building a wall. Now, I'm open to the idea of building a wall on the Mexican border. Okay. Here is my problem. For one, well, I'm open to the idea, but I also think it's a stupid idea. Because it's really not going to stop anything. They'll just go through fucking tunnels. But, anyways. For one, apparently Trump got his money, is getting the money for the wall from El Chapo. They want El Chapo to pay for it. The cartel, El Chapo, really? You want... I mean, come on. And let's see. I'm going to tell you right now, if that wall gets built, which it actually may very well be getting built, our taxes will go up high. Sources estimate it may cost, I was looking at one thing the other day, I think it's at around $25 billion just to start out making the wall. Then they got to make it more secure. Add cameras. He wants to... Okay, there is already a wall in place. There is, and it's metal fence and everything. The only problem with this wall is it has a hole, has a big ass hole, has a couple of holes. Okay, raise the fence a little bit. Don't even have to just add on it, and then fucking fill up the holes. Jesus Christ, how hard is it? But what do they do? What they do is some of the holes are left open on purpose for illegal immigrants to come in, like under the Obama administration. See, I'm all for immigration. I'm all for Mexican immigration coming in. Even if it's illegal immigration, I care, but I don't, because they give, they're actually coming in to do jobs that we won't do here in America, But some others will disagree with me, and whoever disagrees with me, I could care fucking less. Research it yourself. Anywho, that's my little rant today. But, I just find it interesting that you're going to build a wall. For one, he says, oh, we'll lower taxes for you guys. Well, our taxes hasn't been lowered, Mr. Trump. And if you build that wall, they ain't going to be lowered. And the only person they're going to be lowered the only person they're going to be lowered for is you dumbass. Did you know that? Did you know presidents don't actually have to pay as much as we do? I found that out the other day. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Because they run the country. Idiots. I wonder what moron came up with that dumb idea. Hell, not even... There's some politicians that don't even have to pay taxes. Like, what the F is that? But yeah. That's my rant of the day, too. It's crazy. This world is like close to war. The United States is very close to war with either North Korea or Russia, one or two, or hell, even Iran, fucking Turkey, Syria, for this matter. So, you don't want a war with North Korea because they'll use nukes. Same with, I don't know about Russia if they would use nukes. I don't know if they're that crazy enough. They say they are. We think they are, but who knows. But North Korea, oh, that dumbass, crazy motherfucker would do it. I know by the end of Trump's fourth term, not fourth term, my bad. By the end of this term, in 4 years, they'll have a working nuke. At least that's what our military analysts think. I studied it and researched it. I came up with the same conclusion as military analyst of this show. So, I came up with that. But I'm not going to take you through the whole calculations because it's like a lot. And then, okay, we could take over, our military analysts, like myself, say we could probably take over North Korea in 180 days. That depends on, you gotta look at the factors. How many men are we gonna lose in war? How much equipment is this gonna take? How much is it gonna cost for one? Because war, as we all know, in this country and other countries, wars cost money. One of the reasons why the United States is broke right now is because the Iraq War. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if this is right or not. I've actually never researched it. I have once, but then I never did. But the last calculation for the war in Iraq and the war on terror, it cost almost almost $1 trillion a year to do the war on terror because there's so much involved. The war on terror is just not in the Middle East. You gotta protect you gotta protect inside the United States, like our counterintelligence agencies, like the CIA. CIA is a counterintelligence agency, but they're more about spying on their people, on other people, and people in the United States. But that's a whole different story that I don't want to get into right now. And then you got the NSA, DIA, ODNI, whole bunch of other intelligence agencies here in the United States that I can name, and then there's some that are classified that I can't name for national security reasons, so let's just end that there. But, it's interesting, how this world's turned out since 1776 when we got our independence, at least when the United States was made anyways. How the United States turned out, you know what I mean? It's just interesting. Since George Washington's words were, this country is to be neutral. We are to be in no wars. Well, that ended in about, ever since World War I, when we entered World War I, which we did, no mistake, we've always been in war, really. Many scrimmages, like after World War II, after World War II, and it technically ended in 49, 50, up to the 50s, and then the Korean War started in 53. So after World War II ended, we've gotten another war with the Koreans and Chinese, for that matter. A lot of people don't know about the Korean War. We went to war with the Chinese and the Koreans. So facts straight, we did go to war with China before. We went down that route and we lost. We lost severely. They kicked our asses. But it wasn't really a loss for the U.S. or China. It's still an argument. It's like the argument of the War of 1812. Did the United States really win the War of 1812 or they didn't? It was more like a draw, like the Cold War. The Cold War is an interesting war. We'll get that back in a minute. I don't want to go off track here. But yeah, it was. The Korean War. The Korean War had an interesting way of playing out. It was more like a draw, not a lose or a win. It's like, the only war that the United States has really lost, besides, a war, not scrimmages, because we've lost a bunch of them good old battles. But the only war we've never really won is Vietnam, which we did not. I'm not going to lie to you, we got our asses hammered in Vietnam. It was a stupid war to begin with. Not to offend any veterans, Vietnam veterans, or any people that have Vietnam veterans. They sacrificed their life for this country to go in that war, and I thank you very much, and thank your family members for doing that. I really do. My heart goes out to it. But that war should have never happened. One, that war started because of political rivals. Two, because the other side needed fucking money. So they said, why don't we just invade the other side? Idiots. That's actually a whole story. That story I could take hours to explain, but I'd rather not. I actually have a book on it over here in my little, I call it a tin can, but it's a metal cabinet, so I call it a tin can. But, I'd rather not talk about the Vietnam War to you guys. It stresses me out because I get pissed as hell when people try to lie about the Vietnamese War. But, yeah, it just goes to show that the United States isn't. The wars we won are the wars.